Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. What a pleasant way to welcome all of you to Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Khan Oliver Khan. Princess Alexa Vanja Cody is pretty seated here. Jointly, we bring you all of what you need to know about your country, Liberia, and the rest of our one planet. There are too many things happening in the country on today. There are too many things to talk about. A lot of issues going on in the Republic. The government of Liberia had a press conference on today announcing that they're about to paint the ministerial complex. I repeat, the Liberian government on today broke ground for the painting of the ministerial complex. I know that is sounding somehow to you, rather. But again, that's exactly what we know. That is a bit of what we know at about this moment. The asset recovery team over the period were able to invite Madam Nora Findabondo to appear at their office on tomorrow to provide sufficient response, or better still responses to too many of the questions that they have relative to our involvement with quote-unquote gracious right and the different businesses aligning with the gracious right situation. But again, there are different conversations around the country relative to this particular development, where Nora Findabondo has been asked by the asset recovery team to appear at their office at the Golden Key compound in Painesville to provide sufficient information as it relates to her involvement with Gracious Right. What is it? What is her particular involvement with Gracious Right transport system? What part has she to play with the issue of Gracious Right? What is her part in the Gracious Right situation? And so that conversation will come up at about this moment. But at 5:15 today, we will play host to Attorney Maxwell Grisby. Grisby is the head of Secretariat of the State-Owned Enterprises Youth Empowerment Program. The Youth Empowerment Project is that project that is organized by state-owned enterprises in Liberia for the benefit of young people who will be doing some unskilled laborer jobs. They're going to be cleaning the communities, cleaning the drainages. They're going to be doing a lot more of community service job across the country. And as such, the government of Liberia will provide something for those young people. We are told the phase one is down. Phase two is expected to kick off. Maxwell Grisby will tell us more about that project. How are the individuals selected? What are the criteria that individuals are supposed to meet? Is the recruitment process done from a political perspective? Is the recruitment open up to Liberians from all political ideology? Are they prioritizing only partisans of a particular political party, or this is open to the Liberian people? How much are they paying each of the young volunteers in the country? Are there specific requirements to be able to qualify to participate in this program? How many counties are they operating in? What is the size of the program in Montserrado? How long is this program going to last? What are the state-owned enterprises that are bankrolling the project? All of these, plus many other different issues relative to the SOE project in the country, will form the basis of today's presentation on 87.9. When we play host to Maxwell Grisby, the Anthony Maxwell Grisby here on the platform. While that is done, today happens to be Wednesday, and of course, we'll be giving people 20,000 Liberian dollars on the platform. So if you want to win 20,000 Liberian dollars, you can run to your Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money phone. When you dial star 799 star 70 hatch, that will place you in the position to win for yourself 20,000 Liberian dollars. While we prepare to give you $20,000, there will be some other cash prizes given to those of you who are regular players. So if you are a regular player, you stand a chance to win for yourself $2,000. There are some folks who win $1,000. That money could be doubled. There could be a lot of other cash prizes, but the more you play, the better your chances are to lend yourself some money. And on today's edition, we are giving 20,000 Liberian dollars. So star 799 star 70 hatch, and of course, you're going to have the opportunity to win for yourself 20,000. We take a break to be right back here on 87.9.
Introducing Yanjin beer from Beijing, the newest sensation in town. Yanjin beer is so smooth and light. You can drink it, wake up in that morning, feeling very energized. And you wicked boy, the woman will be very happy. No headache, no eye spinning. And the Yanjin beer bottle, it got a special way again open. Nobody will ever use you for an opener again. Very easy. Yanjin beer can be found wholesale or retail at Sir Exeter and Jongo Water, and also in supermarkets or bars around you. Reward yourself by drinking Yanjin beer, and trust me, you will be ready to go.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon. Welcome, my dear.
Hello, Oliver, and I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. However, where you are joining us, we'd like to say welcome to today's edition of Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. We'll have a lot to talk about today. Basically, we have been on fire since Monday, and today is Wednesday, so we have a lot to talk about. Oliver says something at the beginning when he was introducing exactly what we have on today's menu, and he talked about the ministerial complex. And this morning we saw a press conference being held at the ministerial complex, telling us that they're about to paint the entire building or the entire ministerial complex. That's really, really funny, but we're going to go into that later on. We're going to discuss that a little bit. Also, there's a communication from the asset recovery team. And it is really funny because sometimes you forget about the asset recovery team. But again, I mean, they're still here. I didn't know that until this morning when I saw that communication. So we're going to basically get into that a little bit because it is just calling Nora Findabondo, to talk about this and talk about that. There's a whole communication. So we're going to read it probably later on. Also, we have a guest. We'll talk to him at 5:15 later on. So in the next 1 hour, an hour from now, we'll have to talk to our guest. But we have a lot to talk about, and we promised you on Monday that we're going to say a little bit about what's happening in Nema County, especially surrounding the senatorial by-election. So I guess we're going to talk about that a bit as well. So we have like a whole lot on our menu today. So however way you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome.
Okay, so welcome back, and so Alexa will read for you the communication from the asset recovery team. The asset recovery team. She will read that communication for you, and we will be able to look into exactly what it is. Yes, that's what we do. We'll be able to look into what it is. But the asset recovery team has invited but Noah Findabondo. But that communication is very important. We want to read through it. We want to know exactly what that communication is. Yes, that's what we want to do. So please read the communication for us, and let's have it.
Whoa. Huh. I don't know if I can. Let me
If
see.
if your eyes can see it, you got you got to find it. You got to find it.
I have it with me now, but I don't
Yeah.
know. So I'm going to try to read what I can see, and in case I stop somewhere that's a bit blurry, I'm always going to take over. So this is from the Assets Recovery and Property Retriever Task Force. And this is addressed to Madam Nora Findabondo, former Chief of Protocol, Executive Mansion, April 14. So this was basically, addressed 2 days ago, 2025. Dear Madam Bondo, the Assets Recovery and Property Retriever Task Force extends its compliments and wishes to inform you of an ongoing investigation into allegations of an alleged conflict of interest, theft of property, misapplication of public funds,
Hmm.
economic sabotage, and money laundering
Good.
allegedly committed by Anita Group of Companies, its subsidiary Gracious Right, and its corporate officers. Um, details of the details of the allegations and records in the Asset Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force possession review that while serving in the position as chief of protocol at the Executive Mansion, Republic of Liberia, you affixed your name, signature, and identity to corporate documents of Anita Group of Companies or Gracious Right, which is under investigation for the alleged commission of the crimes of theft of property, misapplication of public funds, economic sabotage, and money laundering. Allegations further revealed that this corporate entity, of which you are a corporate officer, used these unlawful means to have acquired several suspicious assets, Suzuki vehicles with transport service named Gracious Ride. As you may know, Executive Order number 145, which renewed Executive Order number 126, was
Hmm.
established by the government of the Republic of Liberia to trace, identify, and recover stolen and suspicious assets, liquid and fixed, from former and current government officials for the government of Liberia.
Okay.
In view of the following, you are invited on the following scheduled as stated below. You are required to bring along your legal counsel. Date Thursday, April 17, 2025. Venue Assets Recovery Head Office, Golden Key Compound, Kingrave. Time 2:30 p.m. We anticipate your cooperation as we strive to promote transparency and integrity for government of the Republic of Liberia. And this is signed by John Willie head of investigation and intelligence, and approved by Councillor Edwin Clark Martin, chairman of the Assets Recovery and Property Retrieval Task Force. So I did my best, basically.
Okay, so yeah, Alexa, that's what it is. While we await our guests to come by 5:15, we're going to be talking about these two topics. The one that has to do with the asset recovery and the situation with the government painting two buildings, painting the ministerial complex rather. The asset recovery team has been given a particular piece of job by the president to retrieve stolen items or items to be items believed to be acquired through the use of government money, illegally gotten government money. That is a decent thing. There is no any issue with the government wanting to retrieve quote unquote stolen properties. In fact, if you ask me, from the Ellings administration, even as far back as the Samarkand Doe administration, when there were information that we had Liberia having our own airline and we do not know where the airline is today, we will even want for the government to go as far as that era to retrieve all of the properties that may have been acquired as a result of illegal activities in the country by past and current government officials. Now, while we support the fight against corruption and we want the government to be serious about it, we believe the asset recovery should be concerned about doing the job. The job they were given to do, then wanting to have the political stunt or the publicity spree as a priority. Why am I saying so? When you read the communication that, when you see the communication Alexa read, and you listen to the reading when she was doing it, you will uncover that the asset recovery team made us understand that they have evidence in their possession linking Findabondo to quote unquote money laundering, financial crimes, theft of property, misuse of power, and all of the different charges they have in it. I may not be exact on the direct words that they use. I may not be quoting them verbatim, but on the overall, Alexa, they said they have evidence to prove that Findabondo is a culprit. Why are you inviting her tomorrow? The asset recovery was established by the executive order issued by President Bouaka, replacing a previous executive order. You don't need to have Finda go to your office. Run to the court. Run to the court and press charges. You stop playing with corruption and the fight against corruption. Stop making it appear political. Go to the court. You already said you have information available unto you. Look, if I say I got information that Alexa stole my sacco and I have the right, I do not have to ask her. I only ask Alexa if I do not have evidence, if I do not have information about her involvement with my basako. If I have information that she is the one who stole my basako, that she's aware of how my basako was stolen, to go to her is out of courtesy. If I'm real serious about getting my bicycle, I do not have to go to her. There is no requirement that I should go to her and say, Alexa, even though I know that you don't want to take my bicycle, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt that you take my bicycle, or why you take my bicycle. No. Once I know that she is not supposed to have access to my bicycle, she is not supposed to own it. It is not for her. I know that she clandestinely and illegally took that bicycle. I need not to pass around. To be passing around in the community and say, oh, my people, I've inviting Alexa. I know she stole my bicycle. I'm inviting her to my house to let me know why she stole it. No, no, no. All that thing you're doing, that's charade. It's for the camera. If you sincerely have evidence that she stole your bicycle, take her to the court. When you go to the court will ask you what charges should we press. Should we press theft of property? When you say you want to press, that particular charge, they will write it. Because your lawyer will be looking at you and asking you, do we have evidence to prove that Alexa should be held liable for theft of property? If you say perjury, if you say this, if you say that, whatever you will be listing will constitute your entire charge sheet, and it will be as a result of what you have as your evidence. And that's what the prosecution will use to prosecute that person who is being charged. Don't waste our time. Councilor Manting is a very trained Liberian lawyer. He's one of the respectable, folks in the legal, field. And I think as head of the how you call this thing, asset recovery team, he needs not to delay us. If you have evidence before you, take the madam to court. For me, Alexa, that is my take on this position. If you are convinced 100% that there are, how you call this thing, there are indicators to point to this woman violating, using her position to acquire cars that she's running with transport, doing transport business with, that's your evidence. That's what your intel told you. If it is sufficient enough to knock her down, good. Take her to the court. Inviting her for what? In fact, to even invite the suspect, to invite the suspect to a conference before pressing charges could even undermine the fight against corruption. Because it is possible when I go to you,
We're going to have a tour.
I'll tell you, my man. I don't want to tell your pen, but please, my man, don't expose me. I tell the pen, I sold the pen for $30, but I still get $25. Hold the $25, but don't carry him in the court. There is a possibility that when you call me and say, well, man, I saw you stealing my pen, I could tell you, say, that's the banner pen money. But when you go to court and the entire country is aware, because there will be a red issue that you took me to court because I stole pen, even when I want to settle, there will be a public record to show that I went to court. Even if I want to travel to another place, there will be a record that, hey, you are being charged for X, Y, and Z. We cannot process your visa. We cannot process your debt until the court can clear you. Don't politicize the fight against corruption. Don't make the job hard. For me, I may be wrong on it, but I do not see the logic behind our asset recovery team rating FINA to tell us, come, let's go talk. You can't tell us. We already got evidence that you stole money to buy cars, that you're running with transport. But come, let's ask you. No. You already got evidence now. The letter is not inviting her as an ordinary person. You're not inviting her to say, look, come, let's have a conversation. You included all of the things in your letter. If it was open communication, say, oh, we will want to talk to you. There are some issues we are having on our hands. There are some investigation we are into, and you are a person of interest we want to talk to. Right, Alexa? So we want you to come to our office. That way, it's different. Perhaps you are still investigating and you want to have something from her that will constitute whatever conclusion. But in this one, you did not say it like that. You outrightly say you have information in your possession that she is linked to criminality. In that situation, no need for conference. Why are you doing conference? Don't do no damn conference. No conference. There's be no conference. No conference out of the sudden. Don't do it. Take FINA to court. Take FINA to court. Whoever is involved, whoever you think you got evidence on in this country, take them to court. The government was elected to effectuate change. The people voted this government to prosecute people who they say stole the country money. If you cannot find those who stole the country money, remain at your golden key office, take your salary, and that's it. But if you must come out to identify people who you think know who stole money, don't make it political, because in this country, And that's why there is a tendency when people look at it and say, okay, you know what? Since we do not have facts to identify who stole which money, let's just cook out something and just look, Austin Kawa is a person of interest. We think Austin stole money when you're working on LPRC as managing director. He stole LPRC money. He built gas station. So Austin, you are a person of interest. Every winner, you are a person of interest. This one, Alexa is a, we're inviting them. So by the time they say they invite Alexa, they invite Austin, they invite AB, automatically it shows that, also that Austin stole the money when they're working on LTA. That they don't steal the money. No, no, that one a political charade. You know why I would say political charade? Number one, the country will spend money. Because when you're inviting Austin to go, you will have to call the police to come and provide additional protection because you will be assuming that Austin will come with his supporters. You will tighten security. You will have to pay lawyers. You will have to do all the kind of different things. And in the end, you will not even have any correct evidence to prosecute Austin. The country will lose money. But when you are sincere about the evidence in your possession, run straight to the court. The court power, Austin didn't carry any cheering squad to the court. When they arrest him, he goes to the court. On the grounds of the court, you can't carry cheering squad there. The police will barricade the area like police headquarters already. And so if you guys are really serious, if you trust yourself that you know that Finda is a culprit, that you got evidence that can lock her down on suspicions that you are having, no need to invite her. I don't know why you're inviting her. You have the authority as how you call them, as a recovery, is it committee or whatever? Yeah, as a recovery team. You call them ARET. As a team, you have all rights to prosecute the woman. Take her to court. But I don't just think to be passing around bluffing will solve the problem. So Alexa, that's my submission on this one before we go to the next topic. But again, once you are there, star 799 star 70 hash will give you some money, and that will be $20,000 on this platform. Alexa, on the asset recovery issue, then we'll move to the next topic.
I totally forgot that we still had, this asset recovery and property retrieval task force. I actually forgot because it's been a long time anyway since we heard anything of them. When this whole thing started, it was more like a drama club, Oliver. We saw how it was, their chairman, their whoever that's part of that. We saw how it was. It was more like people were dramatizing a school play because you had every online, media outlets out there with their cameras. They were basically just sharing videos of what was happening. The streets of Monrovia, different places were blocked because the guys said were working. But at the end of the day, the way it actually started, I mean, you did not need a rocket scientist to tell you that, it is not going to go nowhere. Or the people just started, basically on a political note, and they started to showcase or just to prove a point that they're ready. Because we are not against, this tax force. No, we're not against it. Because at the end of the day, Oliver, there are some people who, took government's properties and all that. So if it is really a genuine fight to retrieve the properties of government, I mean, that is really commendable. And no one is against it. But then when you start to have a drama club and then people are displaying some level of political pettiness. So at the end of the day, what you're supposed to do, the purpose, of this whole task force, it is not going to be met because you wouldn't actually achieve what you're supposed to achieve. And at about this point, it seems like this whole task force was just, created for Ambassador Nora Finabono. Because it has been how many months now? And they're still on her case. Is it wrong to be on her case? No. According to you have, some things in your possession pointing out to what she has done or what she did. She applied government funds and she diverted that to her own personal business. You said a whole lot of things. You talked about money laundering. So the fact that you have reached a point where it is no longer a mere allegation, but then you have maybe pieces of evidence. I don't know what is the essence of this communication. You wrote a whole long thing like, I don't get it at all. So you're inviting her at your office to be there for, I think, 2 days. And after that, what happens next? If you think you have your evidence in tight, if you think you are well informed and you have everything needed to have her in court, and later on, if she is guilty, because what I just read, it is more like she's already guilty based on what you said or what you wrote.
Mhm.
In other words, right? So if you already have all of those different things, I mean, go to court, and of course, Ambassador Fina is going to get there with her lawyers or her team of lawyers. They're going to get there, and when the time comes, if she is guilty, what should be done should be done. What will happen will happen. But we'll keep going back and forth with this, Oliver. If people are desperate enough to prove a point, they have to be smart. There are sometimes you want to do things genuinely, but then when you were dumb or you use an approach that is not really genuine, you mess it up. You started this thing every day. We'll see the chairman of the task force, or I know like chairman or like whoever, in the street with the camera all behind him. Yeah, he working, he park the other car, he do the other thing with the other one. You did all those things when you just started.
So the time for showmanship is over
It
right now.
over
Yeah.
now.
So do the
It is
job.
done.
Yeah, do the job.
It is done 100%. It is done 100%. So I mean, you were given a job. Some of you left the task force. I don't know, but you were given a job to do, and you said, yeah, you would do the job you were given to do. Some of your people left. That's on you. It is not on me, because I don't know how you put your team together, but it is on your end. It is not on Liberians 100%.
Mhm.
But you started like it was an entertainment center, like you were entertaining the public. You were not really concerned about getting results, or getting a serious result.
Good.
So it was more like, oh, all the work on entertain, all the chairman here and get a beach on him, he vest on him, this on him, just passing around with camera. Yeah, you working. So that was then. So you were showing to people like, yeah, we're in charge. You are in charge. No one is arguing that. So you are in charge now. Can you do your work properly? Can you just do it professionally? But it seems like the whole task force thing here, you just created for a certain group of people in Tina, because some post take a government, I don't know how many years ago, or government property then way back and things like that. So I'm sure it is not just for just immediate past government officials.
Good.
But now that you are saying you have past government officials immediate,
Mhm.
that you have reports on, or their allegations and all that. So why are we still running in circles on this same issue? If you have your evidence in tight, you have a folder that has everything in it, go to court, and what is supposed to happen will happen. It is that simple. So you start making fun of Liberian people now, because you're not making sense.
All right. So the point is just simple. We're about to move to the next conversation while we try to take calls. They when you see the letter, they talk about money laundering and other different issues. We got financial intelligence unit in this country. I mean, as a recovery got jurisdiction over money laundering issues right now in this country. So look,
Misplaced
yeah.
things.
So the thing is, if you look, let me say
Like
this to you.
misplaced
You
things
you you
happening
do
here.
not have to do publicity on your work,
Anytime to do the when I can make it.
because when you allow the media, when you allow your work to be done in the media, or in a form that will depict showmanship, automatically it is going to undermine the authentic nature of what you want to do. And that's what's happening to this government. In fact, that will lead us to the next conversation that we want to have about the government breaking ground to pin the ministerial complex. I mean, there's a whole lot of conversation about it. You got evidence now.
Oh my
You
god.
got evidence. No need to call this woman.
Go ahead, go to the court
Read
and
it.
do what you're
Read
supposed to do.
read the letter you wrote her. Read the letter. What did the letter say? We got evidence. Based on evidence before you.
In our
Evidence
possession.
in your possession. What else do you want? You got evidence in your possession. What else do you want?
And you were
Take
saying
her to court.
the records you have in your possession review that
Review that.
while serving
While
in the
serving.
position as
Uh-huh.
chief of protocol at the Executive Mansion, Republic of Liberia, you affixed your signature.
You affix your signature. So it means you saw documents.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
to documents of Anita Group of Companies,
Uh-huh.
which is under investigation for alleged commission of crime
Okay.
of theft of property,
Mhm.
misapplication of public funds,
Okay.
economic sabotage, and money laundering.
Okay.
That's exactly
So
it.
the Anita Group of company is being investigated for all of those things,
And you're safe
and
in that
you
yeah.
have faced a signature. So what is it? I mean,
The thing not get
so whatever the
unnecessary.
case is, if you think she's a suspect, if you think she got involvement in it, look, take the Anita Group of company to court, and then you investigating for this and that,
Because it's
and you got all the
like
charges on there. So take the company to court. If it reaches the point where finance involvement will be needed, the court has a power
and
to
you can
subpoena.
summon her
Yeah, the court can subpoena her.
100%.
The court has the power to subpoena to summon this woman to appear. And once the case is on, regardless of where she is, she will come. She will come. So you need not to be bothering people around here. So why if the Anita Group of company you are investigating and it came out that Alessa's son, one of the papers, and
was
Alessa is
pregnant too.
way in the Maldives. She gone to the Philippines. She's there. She's not yet. So will you write her to come from where the Philippines before coming to this place?
They can spend 2 days
To
for
come spend,
questioning.
come on.
Just for questioning though.
So when you already have a group that you are investigating, they will be able to explain what Alessa's signature is doing on their paper. If they think Alessa was legitimate enough to sign their paper, they will provide explanation towards it.
Exactly. Horror.
If not, the court will then subpoena. When the court subpoenas, automatically it is binding. When the court subpoena you, you can an attempt to refuse, they will charge you for contempt of court. But that invitation you people send, that letter you send, I mean, I can choose not to go.
Because you were discussing Anita Group of companies as the
and not me. So I mean, the liabilities of that company, I'm not supposed to bear it. Whatever the case is, except you want to tell me my role, but go and sue the company. The company guy, how you call this thing? How do you refer to it? People who sign the article of incorporation. They got those who are signatory to the article of incorporation. If she is one of the individuals, good. In that case, when she's one of the individuals, no need for invitation. It means she's a part of the company ownership. Go to court. Go to court, and the court will start it. But this thing about passing around, for me, I think you are delaying to buy public sentiments. No, and public sentiment can always support the cases.
It is funny because they started with Gracious Ride, right? And I haven't gotten any records of other, people they are investigating.
No, so Gracious Ride is there. They told Padre Suduka to return it.
Yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
that. But if they've made a whole big deal of this and we're still on it though.
So
I don't know.
So at the end of the day, please, for me, I am interested in the government locating stolen assets, retrieving them, making them available for the use of the Liberian people, and whatever the case is. We're interested in those things to happen. Why we do so, please, in the spirit of moving this country forward, when you want to do it, don't be wasting time. Don't be wasting time. If you do not have evidence, then tell the person, say, please, we are inviting you. Please come here. You face your English when you calling them. But by the time you finish listening, how you get evidence in your possession, this, then it means you are already halfway into an investigation. Go to court with it. Because whatever that person will go and say there could be used against them in any other litigational process you've been want to venture in. So go to court, and everybody go explain themselves to the court. Everybody go clear the side in the court. But, I mean, that's my take. I could be wrong on it. And I'm not going to argue if I'm wrong on it. But for now, in my opinion, Councillor Martin, who has so much respect, should muster the courage. If he has any evidence on anybody, any group of people, go to the court. We want to see asset recovery and people in court. Asset recovery telling you, yes, you stole $1 billion. And the person said, no, I did not steal it. Asset recovery said, this is a document where you stole the $1 billion. And the person will be able to say, oh, no, okay, let me take it, or I didn't take it. We want to see that happening. But we are not interested in, oh, Alessa come. Oh, you finish coming? Yeah, let's say, okay, oh, hold on. We'll call you in 2 weeks time. Austin, come. No. All that, waste time. It's going to waste time. It's not going to be good for us. Go directly to the point. Go sue. Go and sue. Go and sue. Similar to what we were talking yesterday. Oh, pass government kill auditor, kill auditor, kill auditor. Some of you know people who you say kill people in this country.
You see, okay, evidence and
The
all
other
that.
lawyer sat on Old Spoon FM and said Jefferson Koji ordered somebody to go kill Shalom Musu. Today, that lawyer can be on Spoon Talk. The United Party is in power. The government is in power. The lawyer can be on Spoon Talk every day. Video is always on Spoon Talk. He's there sitting down. United Party government got Minister of Foreign Affairs. There is an ambassador in America for the Republic of Liberia. There are offices of Liberia across, North America, in Canada, and other places. So what's difficult in you bringing Verdio to come and say, my man, when CDC were in power, Salah Musu died, you say you got evidence where Koji sent Valitere to go case Salah Musu. We're ready for the case. What's stopping you? Was it only about the sentiments? Because we do not want it to be a sentimental situation. That's what we are saying. Forget all the other. If you are doing Fina a favor for me, I don't want you to do a favor. If you are giving her courtesy, I don't want you to give her courtesy. Once your suspicions are clear, once your preliminary findings are leading to Finda being a culprit in any corrupt situation, send the woman to court. Except you want to say you don't trust the Liberian court system. And a different thing. But send her to court. Send her to court. Her lawyers will be there. Your lawyers will be there. The evidence will be there. The public will be there to be watching. That thing you're going to do to as a recovery tomorrow, the public will not be there. The public will not be to that place. In the court can be open. People can go there and witness the case. But I bet you, if I as a Liberian citizen want to go and form part of that meeting with the asset recovery people and Finabono, the people say don't enter. You got no fish to fry in it. So please, if you have it and you want us to believe that you are fighting corruption, carry the woman to court. That's all I can say on this particular matter. Now let's go to something else before we take calls. Then we pave way for the arrival of our guest. He's coming. It's been a long time. We have not had guests on this platform. We keep doing our monologue though. You know, our studio discussion. But unless something is happening in the country, and we want to commend the government of Liberia. Yeah, I'll commend the government. The government of Liberia is about to paint the ministerial complex. Isn't that good news?
It is.
Yeah, good news.
It is a good news. It is a good news.
Good news that the government of Liberia is about to paint the ministerial complex. That complex construction started the Ellen administration, the latter part of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's administration. It did not finish until President Weir took over. So they did about 95.444% of the work under President Sirleaf. And so when President Weir came to power, they were like, when you paint, the well wash can be all on the floor. You got to wash the floor, cut the grass, and do other small crush rack, wasting of crush rack around. I mean, those are the minor jobs they needed to have done. So under the Weir's administration, I think it was maybe a year after the Weir came to power, somewhere around 2019. Either the latter part of 2018 or the beginning of 2019, when the CDC government moved most of the ministries and agencies to the ministerial complex. Since then, that building, that entire complex, that compound has not been painted. The government is about to paint it. The government is having press conference. That's good. The idea of painting it is good. Government entities should have a facelift. But is it necessary to have a press conference to announce to the public that you are about to paint? That's just maintenance now. You are a government. What do you think? You think you are not supposed to maintain the structures that you are in? In the different ministry and agency, don't you guys sweep when you go to work? And that's are there not janitors and maintenance officers in the different ministries?
Oh, yeah.
Don't they sweep your office every day you leave job? All the ministers, when they go home today, people will go to the office to sweep it so that the officers will not appear tomorrow the way they will leave it today. Maintenance is just maintenance. Maintenance not new project. Maintenance not new project. So it doesn't require press conference. When you ask me, it doesn't require that publicity. To pin building, you gotta have press conference. I want some of the people in authority know that the current government is a rescue administration. Look, when you say I am a minister in the Joe Boakai Rescue Administration, it says to you that you are in a serious government. You can be in serious government and be behaving unseriously, and your actions start to, to demonstrate somebody who's not serious or somebody who's off for how you call this thing? Unnecessary showboating. Beyond all measure, you have no reason to have press conference, my people. All the things we're talking about that play any. You got no reason. You are supposed to sweep and clean the place you're working. The building was done. It got ready by 2019, somewhere around there. 2019 or 2023. Of course, you can finish a new building at that 2019. Then you say we pin 2020 or the pin 2022. No. So it's good that you want to pin it after about 5 years, right? After 5 or 6 years, good that you want to pin it. That kind of giant size structure to pin it after 6 years, it's not bad. One is going to be economical because the government got 400, 500, 600, or 800,000 every year to be spending on painting one building. No, so the government can do it every year. So after 6 years to do it, it's not a bad thing. Must you do press conference for it? Must you do press conference? It let the man to a hall. Christmas coming, you want pin the hall, then you do policy announcement, you bring us to the radio station. Freedom FM, your people my announcement on the air. What announcement? They will inform the public in general that Austin Kawai, a resident of Dakwitown, will be painting my house blue and yellow. Blue on the Colombo, yellow to the window, and black to the other thing. This house, since I built the house, it has been over 10 years now, and I painted it. I'm about to paint it. The building is for the government. If the government is coming to paint the building, should the government have press conference for it? Let me say, since I built my house 10 years now, and I painted it. So I'm about to inform you that after 10 years of living in the house, I am now repainting the house. Come on, is that necessary? Is it actually necessary? Do you guys listen to the president sometimes? Do you guys listen to President Baka? The papa went to rehab market. He said, well, your man be doing fully project. Even though he himself, he went to rehab market. The market was built before by another president. He came by and do another renovation, which is good, it's laudable. But the papa said, don't come in for dedicating hand pump and other thing. We should be doing serious thing. Right after the man said that thing, then you come back. Instead of doing serious thing, you are breaking ground and having press conference for what thing? For painting the building. Who owns the building? The government of Liberia. Who's going to paint it? The Echo Bank sort of paint ministerial complex. So when you paint it, must you have press conference? Like giving your woman full money, then you send an announcement to the radio.
Today I give my woman full money.
The public is informed. The public is ever informed that as I have given my woman full money for the month of August, September, October. They should claim the attention of our neighbor. Our neighbor were in the blues in her. Our neighbor were get bronzing. Our neighbor were get Ostep. They should claim the attention of the King Juice Hours to our house. That I've already given my woman full money. That your woman now, and you not give her full money, will give her full money. Must you have press conference for that one? Those are maintenance issues you should do in your house. Nobody more. You can break ground for that one again. To pin your own place, you gotta break ground. You gotta have press conference, please. The country is too old for those kind of petty, trivial projects. And that's why I say to people, we're gonna go take calls before our guests come, right? And that's why then we talk about the Ministry of Lands, Mines, and Energy.
No, we talked about that.
Look, Wemope transformed that place without having one single press conference.
It was done silently.
Look, look, we are objective on the show, man. You think we are just critical? No. We are objective. Wemope is a minister under the United Party government. I don't know him from anywhere. If I even appear here If you're not careful, women pay cannot identify me. You cannot even see me and say this is KOK. Apparently, he doesn't know me. Women pay built, he was able to transform that ministry. I mean, it's one of the places that I envy. The work that has been done at that place is so much. A whole lot of transformation in the structure. That the structure I'm talking about giving people license to go do mining, because there are other problems in the place. We still got illicit mining all over the place. But he renovated that place without noise. Till it finished, till the renovation finished. I'm a media man in this country up to now. Unless I haven't seen any publication.
You can only see the
I haven't seen any publication to show that women pay were cutting ribbon because he got through painting the ministry where he was sent to be minister. But you know what? Everybody that live budget bureau, everybody that can pass between Capital Bypass, Bassa Community, Boozy Quarter, along that route to the executive mansion to go to Central Police Headquarters and the Supreme Court, all the places, all the people who can use that place, opposite Burma Foley place, they know that something has been done at the Ministry of Lands, Mines, and Energy. They know that. Gary Como, he can have other issue with the policemen came in Kinjo. The police headquarters was renovated. There was a lot of good job that went on at the police headquarters. Look, once a government spends 6 years, you should understand that after 6 years, the new man got to clean it. All of you here who in the country, when your rent expire to the hall where you at, in simple like English, Alessa, when you moving from your house to Dubo Road, you're going to Jakarta to go move. Whether the person have clean brown pino, yellow pino, blue pino, whether it was clean, no mosquito blood on it. But so long that you moving there, and that's how they can call that thing. That what in the etiquette or something will require that. Okay, common sense. Yeah, let's have it find the proper word. Common sense will require that you will want to pin it to your taste, to suit your taste. So when you're doing that painting, must you call the community and say, look, you see the room where the woman was in? She was in the room painting was do yellow. Hey, Pastor, almost spent 3 years in the room. And she painted the place last year. So you expect 1 year time, doors shouldn't be on the wall? Doors will be on the wall. So when you clean it for your comfort. You don't need to call the community and tell them, say, you see, I'm painting a new place where I can move. That you won't live in the dead that your business. We are not interested in you giving us press conferences for maintaining places you are working in. I just told you one of your friends, 2 of them, rather, Women Pay, Mines and Energy, Gregory Como, LMP headquarters. He did that place. Restore most of the lights that were off. You didn't see a lot of publicity about that. If you just go do one, imagine what the partners are saying to us. That they come there when they were out of pin play, they can have press conference. To do what now? To prove what? I mean, these are not things that we expect. We expect gigantic projects. We expect you to be initiating different things, brand new things. Yeah, I mean, you are doing well to complete most of the projects that you inherited. You are doing well on the Ganta to Sacré-Pierre Road. You inherited that project. You're doing well with it. You are doing well with the San Equator to look at road. You inherited that project up to 95%. You are doing well with it. You are doing well with the Sacré-Pierre to Tabata Road project. You are doing well with that project. You inherited our identical project. There are other projects that you inherited. You're doing well with. We look forward to seeing you implementing your brand new projects. Yeah, thanks to Mo Ali. He's doing a great job in connecting the pipes from wetland to replace all of the old pipes. He inherited that one too. But at least he's completing it. So while you are completing the project from past administration, you should also be thinking about initiating your own projects, brand new projects. So why are you thinking about your own brand new project that we can tag the rescue legacy project? When you painting all bidding, don't be telling all about we not want to hear it. It's almost like the man can rent the apartment, then he call whole yard meeting to tell people say they play why I just move, I come and paint the place. We care. Hey, you want to live there with the mosquito blood or you on the ceiling? That's your business. That thing just stepping off for the tell everybody moving in the hall, you can't hold. You come with our new neighbor get something to tell. Oh, what you coming to tell? And so, my fellow yard mate, my fellow community people, my fellow neighbors, we have come to inform you that my wife and I, who just moved in the community, we are about to paint our room. We met the room yet. The people who are in here, I don't know they have sense or they never have sense. They blood, mosquito blood, all that thing that you own at your business, bro. And you ain't clean it at your business, you will left it at that. It has no bearing on the people in the community that your own building you cleaning, that your own room you cleaning. That thing can get a community water. But if you call the community and say, look, I just moved in your community, and I noticed that in the community there is no hand pump. Only wells here, and the wells can be open. It's not safe. So since I just moved here, my wife and I, since we just moved to your community, we will get you one hand pump. The community will clap for that one because it will benefit them. Because they know they never had hand pump coming. But you call them the tenant say, the room where I come and move in, somebody was inside before, the person used to treat it some kind of way, mosquito blood all on the wall. And so I want to repaint it because I mean come and live here. It doesn't make sense. Don't do it. Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. It will not make sense. It will definitely not make sense. And so Alexa, that ain't right down there. We got we getting our get 5:15, so no time. Then we'll go take calls.
it is really funny and it is also serious, right? Because this morning when I saw different Facebook live, videos, I was like, what's going on in Liberia, especially what's happening with our rescue people? Because just hearing rescue, you are supposed to expect big things, right? But again, Oliver, when people, I don't want to say desperate, but I think I will have to use that word. When people are desperate to show, some deliverables, I mean, everything that happens, you want the public to know because maybe you were empowered through sentiments, so you want to continue on that path. But is it really necessary? No, it is not. It is one thing I would say, it is a good thing to have the government, paint a public building because you want to give it a facelift. So you want to have that building to look really nice. And it is really okay to have that. And it happens every now and then. If it is going to be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, it happens every now and then. And that is something that should be done. Is it a bad thing? No, it is not a bad thing. But my problem is, why did it have to be officially launched as if to say you were like starting a new project, or you are, breaking ground for a new project to start all over again, and you are not just painting or building? It didn't make sense to me because otherwise it seems like, the people are desperate to show the president they're working, or maybe they got a directive from the president and they're on a journey to execute that directive. So I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. You are supposed to paint a building. If this government wants to do it now, fine. It is okay. It is okay. So everyone is going to be happy with that. Liberians will see ministerial complex and be like, yeah, this is nice. Like how you see other public buildings, when it is painted, or when new building is painted, it looks nice. It is a good thing. But why did you have to, have a whole press conference? That's the part that didn't make sense to me. Nana, it not still making sense to me. To me, that was really embarrassing for this government. It was very embarrassing. That shouldn't have happened. You should have gone quietly. You should have done exactly what you've planned to do. And whenever you have people pass that road, we will see. We will see people are working, and people will start talking about it. Oh, the painting ministerial complex, or the painting another building. That's how it should have been. But to have like serious people to have a press conference, serious people to talk about the launch of, the painting of the ministerial complex. Like, I don't know if it is making sense. No, I'm trying to put some of the pieces together, but it is not making sense to me. If you really want to show Liberians you're working, there are other things you have to focus on. You have bread and butter issue in Liberia. If you work on that one, oh, fine. There are a couple of other issues in Liberia. But just to paint building, The president said, "Yeah, wanna be carrying him to dedicate any kind of funny thing in the country." But again, the president was at rehab. The other day, the president was on the other side, right? So the fact that you have already, made Liberians to have huge expectation, you are supposed to honor that. You are supposed to work on that to have the expectation to be met. Because if it doesn't happen, then you are basically failing them. So to pin building, you go. And I don't know if you invited BBC then
Tomorrow we
and CNN.
on the topic, Alessa.
Because it is still funny to me.
Save your breath. Tomorrow on the topic,
It is really still
we'll
funny.
be asking how much y'all going to spend. We'll answer all the technical questions because see you brought it to the public now.
We need to know
Anybody-
if it is above a million.
Anybody not
If
out
it
with
is-
anybody not out, we won't pay how much you spend to that
The
place.
man did it quietly. Oh.
Okay.
The only time you will know say the bidding printer when you just pass on that road.
Anybody ask
you will see
anybody
it.
ask Gregor Como how much you painted you bidding for?
Oh, nobody.
So when you bring it to the public, you
We
see
want to
how
know.
people can make the government look unreasonable.
You have to tell us if it is 800,000, if it is a million, if it is less than a million. We want to know.
We can go get some poor money. Star
Who
7.
did you award the contract to?
We're about to give people some money, Alexa. Star 799, star 70 hash for 20,000. We're about to give some people 2,000, some people 1,000 and stuff. But just before we submit, Alexa, that role, you even don't announce anything. You can spoil your own political game.
People who pass there, people will see
People
it.
will be passing
It is
there
that simple.
and be seeing, oh, Joe, you done the bidding or yeah,
That's
it's
one
not
of the
Pindale.
busiest
people
roads.
coming from
People pass there
people pass
every
they will
time.
see you're doing it.
People
You
are going home from
you
work.
don't they
People are
tell
getting back to
they
town.
tell government
So-
want to everything.
And people
There's
want
some
shows-
key information you got to provide.
people want
But
shows that
painting
they're
building,
working.
just paint the building with CA
And that big
and we
deal.
appreciate it. We want pay me one money to appreciate him for a role. We won't pay not no
And
me.
not even today we talked about that.
That one,
like,
not even to
I
we
think
been
last
talking about we
month
won't pay
or month
plenty.
before last.
Gregor, come on, he even know me to what they call do publicity for. But those are people who did their stuff. I don't even know who doing the ministry of company because I want entity. But the mere fact that the government had to go, I think at GSA or something,
So, yeah,
to have it was unnecessary. Come here.
you want to
Yeah,
execute
it was
directives by
unnecessary.
the
You can
president.
issue an internal memo,
It is a disappointing.
internal
job.
memo to the different ministry that they say, look,
So
we'll
they should be aware.
yeah, be aware that we'll be painting the place. If you done is yeah.
Just
Those
stop
who got
doing
business
that, man.
those who got business to go do to those places, they would know what's up.
Your rescue
In fact,
mission, oh.
if I was to go to the Ministry of Labor, they will not paint the place simultaneously. They're the painting inside outside at the same time. They will not be doing it. So if I was to go to the Ministry of Labor, once I arrive in the fence, I see people painting, I'll know that okay, this place is under renovation. So there will be protocol. So moment you pass on this side.
Mhm.
Pass so where you going? Ministry of Labor? Oh no, they're painting it today. Today they're painting it. Go to the other one. Okay, even the minister said they'll not paint everything the same day. Maybe they'll start from the
Oh,
Minister of
no.
Flow,
That
tank
place
and
is
start from the
really
other place.
huge. So you have.
So you need not all that necessary, bro. Yeah, well necessary.
I know you got to tell all the money you're using.
Stop it. But let's go get people small money,
And all
Alessa.
that.
When we come back from giving the small money, then we take calls. Our man Maswell Grisby. Chris, if our guest is around, please let us know. To the Maswell Grisby is head of secretariat of the state-owned enterprises youth empowerment initiative. He's here. Okay, so right after the calls, please bring our guest, please. Right after the calls, let him know that after the calls we'll take him. So yeah, so you will be able to tell us about the youth empowerment program that's happening under President Joseph Human Boakai. What is the status of it? But let's go and talk to some of our people. Let's see this person. You should receive $1,000. Let's see who the person is. Hello.
Yeah,
How are you?
thank God.
We are from Freedom FM. You should be receiving $1,000 on your phone from Radio Entertainment Liberia. Did you get it?
Let me check it out.
Okay, check it out, boy. It is there. Congratulations. It is because you are a regular player.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right. We leave you right there. Let's go to this other person quickly. Yes, let's go to the other person quickly. Then we'll go to the lines. This other person quickly. Let's go to them. We don't have the luxury of time. Let's go to the other person. We'll take just a few calls. Then we bring our guest to studio. Let's go to this other person on the number. Oh my God. Oh my God, what player? Let's not go in here. All right, let's talk to the other person. Let's talk to the other person right away. Let's talk to the other person. So we are giving people some money. Maybe at the end of the show, we'll call the other people and call the 20,000 people. So while we are there, keep playing *799 *70#, and that could lend you $20,000 on the platform. Believe it, $20,000 could land in your pocket if you play *799 *70# on 87.9. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this person is about to confirm her or his $1,000. The number is busy, so we go to the lines. So let's go to the phone lines. We'll be calling the regular players at the same time. We're on the phone lines to talk to our people. So if you're there, we are here. Two different conversations: the Finabondo thing and the government that started painting ministerial complaint, and they're having press conference about it. Like you move in a new community, you're having from community meeting to tell the people you're about to pin the room that you are entering in. It's not necessary. The community we get time for it. They don't want that information. What they want you tell them is that, oh, I just can't, you're not getting from you. You're not getting latrine here. So I think the way I move here now, I will build latrine for you. That won't make sense to them. But to say I come and pin the place where I come and be sleeping in, you go have community meeting for that one. No, trust me, man. Except that some kind of community or real community will boo at you. But let's talk to the person quickly. No time. 1 minute. How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, Oliver. Let me say hi to say this is Edmond Carr.
Edmond, 1 minute. No time.
FINA, yeah, I don't know what the government is looking for beyond FINA. And every time asset recovery team will be going after her. But if they're really serious, as you were saying, then they go to the court. Then she will be able to bring her document to defend herself. But you cannot invite her and then asking her to bring document over to your hotel office. No, go to court.
Okay.
And then to the government. No, it's not 1 million.
Go ahead.
The government don't have project. So because they don't have project, every little thing they do, they want to publicize it so that people will hear it, they will know it. So be billing again, my people, government office, you should break ground for it.
Okay.
You publicize it, or pay the billing, because they don't have project. Absolutely that one. Only our project that they are completely around here, so they will publicize everything that they will do.
That one government will continue with it. If they're completing it, that's good. But we leave it right there. Let's take Man CC quickly, then we take another person. Yeah, we're running out of time. Go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing?
Alexa, a series girl, the biggest series girl for the Kurokwa. Thank you.
Man CC, what's up?
Go ahead, Man CC.
No, okay. No, I agree. When you just said that before you get somebody to the court, you must get all evidence. Your document should be in your hand. When you get to the court, you put it down before the people. The last time when they took power, it made 3 days. They already be on pressure right. When they went to the court, they put to them, what you do your store, what you doing. If you get any proof, you get to the court. So then they will be on pressure right because the fee, will judge for you. And I don't know looking for in the whole topic. Let me tell you this. I'm looking for the will get it.
Okay.
Now we are in the whole topic. Finabono bought her things there. She got document to everything. She took money. She took loan and bought cars. If you got any proof about, go to the court and present your document. Let them go to the court. Now because they say, oh, go check for the document again in a warehouse. When I'm falling there, your best friend there, he say you got evidence to particular money place. So they everything get that off. The body pro, the carrying there to be on there to 13 SSA of our place. So when you for that. When you have for that one, when you get evidence, carry to the court.
Thank you.
But that's like you're playing in this country. You stole money and you bought up for person there. You write it all around. You see that one. You call your high call, I know your bracelet or benefit, you call him. But today, call it all bracelet right. So that's all they're doing.
Okay.
Big and see.
Okay.
They go to the right places.
Thank you.
In your home, in your pocket, in your handbag. You got yellow begin machine in the country. You got yellow machine in the country. Right now, when they begin yellow machine, it will come there, will begin 4,000 yellow machine. So they can be put in the country. So let's do the right thing.
Okay.
People come to talking about 50 billion. Just my friend, man.
We leave it right there, Man CC. Let's take the other person. Go ahead, quickly. No time. Please bring our guest to studio. Go. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
And let's say I do this is my long they're calling for St. Paul's Street. Okay, you know, people excuse me now. That woman is looking for food, I'm going to go to a hotel. And I call you again.
No, that's why the people office is.
What even that, but he's supposed to go to court. He's supposed to go to court. For everything he say he got, he's supposed to go to court. He's supposed to go there. He's
Okay.
supposed to. Let me
Okay.
tell you, they just envious that that Georgia you're looking for. You will not find you. You're playing fair. Thank you.
We leave you right there. Let's talk to this person from the United States. Go ahead, sir. Let's hear you. Where in the US you join us from?
So I'm calling from the Twin City, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Minneapolis and Paul. Go ahead quickly.
Good afternoon to both of you guys in studio.
Mm-hmm.
Last time. Look, for me, I don't have to do anything in that bonus stuff because I know they won't win the case, right? But I want to say to the government, like I said yesterday on my sister radio station, I beg him, Jesus, but I don't like him. And if you want to be remembered, at least then take one project and break ground officially. And the project I'm recommending to him, that I think, in my opinion, Liberian people will love and will appreciate him tomorrow if he do, would be to break ground for the first modern national theater in Monrovia, in the capital, in the town.
And you think
national theater that would take at least.
You think that's a priority when the roads around the country are deplorable? You think that's a priority? Our guests will soon come in. That's why we just watching you.
No. Always a priority because road is a national development, right? It will not finish.
Okay,
it's a national priority for any government. For national theater will lead incredible life for Joseph Bogart.
Okay.
We need more halls in our country.
Thank you.
People having programs.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. Chris, please bring our guest to studio. Let's talk to this person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing today?
We're great, my dear brother. Where you join us from?
I'm calling from the US.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
What I want to say is that all that those guys that are in power or that in the government are doing is total political rhetoric. They are forgetting that Monrovia is not Liberia. They are behaving like Congo people. Like the Congo people, they say Congo people, they do not want to develop Liberia. Liberia is not developed. It was Congo people that are in development. Now the native people are in power. I'm so surprised. I was a little child. I was even at that time. I was not even born. And up to this time, those guys are in power. They're causing a lot of noise in the House of Representatives, in the House of Senate, talking about Senator, the majority leader, all these things. They forgot about the rules that even connect to decentralize the government. I don't know what they're doing. Like, they are just adding the Congo people facing that little Monrovia, that little village. Liberia that is not even big. That little village. Liberia
the marketing, well, like, go to real sell your paper, sell your for make additional. That was the, it's not a house intervention.
Okay.
Supervisors get $150.
And the supervisors are
$150.
45,
48.
48 supervisors.
So $150, $30 in transportation, and 120 is in compensation.
Okay, so 48 supervisors, 48, 48 supervisors, and you will have 848 volunteers.
Mhm.
You're paying each volunteer $105, $105 for a volunteer. 848 of them, Mr. Grisby, head of secretariat, will be 89,000 US dollars for month one, just for the volunteers,
Mhm.
if I get that correctly.
Oh, you're doing that excellently.
Okay, so 889,000 $40. Then if we are to come to do the calculation for the supervisors, 48 of them, and you say $150 for a supervisor, that will lead us to 7,200 US dollars. So when you punch this on the calculator, 89,000, $40 plus 7,200, we're running 96,200
You're perfectly correct.
and $40,000.
You're perfectly.
When you punch this through 175,000 that was initially given to this team, automatically you're $78,760. This is a project that the government, you know, deemed appropriate, endorsed by the president. Why are you funding it, bit in pieces? Why are you doing it, bit by bit when you are supposed to, run it, for example, 3 months, 6 months, and you're taking it month by month?
Like I said to you,
Mhm.
there's a national program for the government. This
Okay.
is the first time the SOE are putting the money
Okay.
this intervention.
Mhm.
It's a learning curve.
Mhm.
The intention is good. It's never happened before.
Okay.
In the past, you have this writing the government requesting money.
Mhm.
This time around, they're giving it a try. The government, let's see how we can do annual support and see what comes out of it. So the
800.
test case, I'm coming.
Mhm.
Let me just make this point. The budget for month one is 150,000.
Okay.
150,000 something dollars. Like I said to you earlier, and we can share all these reports. We tend to be very transparent. We want to talk the numbers anywhere, anytime.
Mhm.
You said it quite right. 96,000 is the work compensation.
Good.
We have 10,000 gasoline
Gasoline.
because garbage, whatever stockpile garbages that are being collected across the street, we kind of move them with the transfer to come to move them.
Mhm.
So we provide support to River City Corporation, we provide support to the Pinson City Corporation, we provide support to Newquitown, the borough of Newquitown, we provide support to Garnersville, we provide support to Royalville. All these interventions we provide support to help because we 13,000.
So that's a justification for the rest of the other 7,000. Okay.
Honestly, we take 96 and 150 and I have 7.
Mhm.
But my numbers are not very strong, but still good. So we take 96 from 150. We're talking about something around 54 there.
Mhm.
We take 13, you're left with something what you're talking about what around 41 or so. Then you realize that the young people you throw in the street were using equipment.
Okay.
So wheelbarrows, initially, our focus was just to recruit young people and provide income for them.
Okay.
But then, of cities, the capacity there, they were provided to since we're assisting because that is their mandate.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, when we started the exercise, even though we budgeted, we're thinking, forward thinking
Mhm.
that if they don't have,
So you thought that Pinsville and Monrovia would have had
obviously that was
materials
our
for
anticipation that logistics
for sanitation purposes.
sufficient enough to provide for our volunteers.
So what did you
But
discover?
the reality is they could not have been provided logistics for the partial workers
Mhm.
and daily laborers. And at the same time, provided logistics for almost 900 people were deployed in Instagram. So the demand became necessary for us to procure additional logistics. So yes, we had to put $50,000 in procuring materials for that purpose. So yeah, we can share, like I said to you, we can share our with you. It's public information. We're open to that.
895. Okay, 895 of these individuals were recruited.
Yeah.
How did you recruit them? We are told that these are Unity partisans who left over after the jobs were distributed. They could not get jobs from Minister Colonel Kratoba. Emotua could not absorb them. They've been the rescue soldiers all across the country wanting jobs. They could not get it. And so you just design a means to accommodate your partisans into the 895 of the people. How did you recruit them? Were you sensitive in terms of political alignment? Did you reject people who wanted to be part of this thing because they are now green beret wearing citizens? Did you have to shun your doors on people because they are not subscribing to the Joe Walker and the rescue agenda? How did you select the people?
So what remained a principle of the program, we are spending Liberian people money,
Okay,
and what it requires is that we must exercise probity
which is right.
and discipline in the discharge of our function.
Mhm.
The corporate social corporate responsibility money cannot be spent towards political purposes. The most of the institutions funding this intervention, they were very clear with that they needed to clearly see that they had an independent process that did not take the partisan approach.
Okay.
And when I said this, folks became angry because they didn't understand the point I came from. For us to put money aside for any political party, it is going to be in sharp contrast with the policies in some of the institutions that are investing in the program.
Okay.
So, I can share with you the recruitment process. I can share with you the database, all of those that were assessed.
Mhm.
These information as the program, we can share them with you. But just to do a intro, February 20th, February 20 and 28th,
Mhm.
period of 8 to 9 days, we had public service announcement on phone while they listen to radio station papers
Okay.
requesting application from Liberians. We did not make it a requirement for you to have PhD, master, bachelor, high school
Sending
diploma.
announcement is one thing.
I'm
You having the power to
Yeah.
list those who you
So
want to qualify is
yeah.
another thing.
So I just want to say the process, and you can evaluate what we did.
Mhm.
So we did that. We have 6 designated points to drop application.
Okay.
All you do, my name is this. My name is Oliver Khan. I live New Jersey. I would like to be a part of the voluntary exercise, in Ghanarsville to
Mhm.
help clean the street.
Okay.
This is my mobile money number. That's enough. So we have Ghanarsville, we have Nicotina, we have Broadville, we have FPRC, we have Monroe City Hall, Painesville City Hall, and Ministry of Youth and Sport SKP as the designated point for receiving application.
Okay.
As at February 28th, my team, we have boxes deposited at this point. My team went there. We took all of the applications. They tabulated it. We had a team working for almost a week, receiving and logging, assessing, and including doing the data entry
Mhm.
of all of those who applied before the 20th. So we have the full name of almost 1,415 persons who submitted application before the deadline. This application, if you want them today, we have them. You see, the thing is, when the auditors asked, for me to pay them, the auditor requested these documents.
Mhm.
And he was very astonished when we brought to him. We still have in our possession the application of those who applied before time. Those who apply after the deadline were almost 7,005.
Okay.
And the reason why they deposited the application because some of the communities it was becoming violent and lucrative. For instance, after the closure of the deadline
For submission.
of submission on Friday,
Mhm.
a group of folks went to the borough in the morning, and the governor, has said the thing is closed. The manner in which they are approaching, he was afraid. He told me, Grace, with me, I'm not going to refuse anybody.
So you know you
So, yeah, so across the area there were a lot more people. So that we did not do data entry for,
Mhm.
but the applications the country was up to 7,005 applications.
and you have 895 who are currently enrolled in the
Obviously,
program.
so it's around 11% of those who applied before the deadline.
That's why we are concerned as to how did you do your sorting.
So I'm coming to that.
Uh-huh.
So all of those so it was easy for us to close the close the shop on those who came after the deadline
Okay.
because we didn't have capacity to do more than
Even at
900
that, those who came before the
people.
deadline
So let me make it
still
clear.
more than
So let me
895.
do that. 8,415
Uh-huh.
who applied within the deadline.
Okay.
Like I said to you, we did a data entry of all of them.
Mhm.
Created a ticket. Your name and your mobile money number, your address is your ticket.
Okay.
Now, if you log on Spoon FM,
Mhm.
Spoon TV, go there, you'll see some of the live raffle we did. There's now like some of the things you're doing where you say, okay, you send your stuff and raffle you're doing.
Mhm.
We could have done that. But if you had done that, people will say you stay to your own people.
Okay.
So instead of doing the computer raffle, which is easier, which could be done in real time,
Mhm.
we proceeded to the manual raffle
Okay.
where we created a ticket for every applicant. And we didn't do the sorting and copy in the back. We were cutting on live TV for people to see. So we show you the list of people. We have almost 10, 25, 30 young people doing the cutting on live TV.
Okay.
We had names in the boxes. We had people doing random selection. So you can be more than that. Go on Spoon TV. So we try to show how much we wanted to be independent.
Okay.
And I think I'm very proud of what we did. We were able to take 11%. That number was very small, but that was the formula. This is a test case.
Okay.
The government made a commitment to do 10,000 that will consistently benefit on this program.
Mhm.
It may not necessarily be state or enterprise intervention.
Mhm.
It could be a ministry of youth national volunteer service program. There will people, most of these young people will be transitioned. It could be, I don't know, wherever it is. We are different interventions, but we are learning. And for us to do it better and make sure young people get income, we have to start at a small scale.
Okay.
And what I see is very impressive.
So month 1 is done. You are gearing up for phase 2, which is the next month. Are you going to be maintaining the same number of people on it, or you're going to be having a new raffle draw?
Great. So month 1, we got 894, like I said to you, deploy.
Mhm.
And some of the thinking was, collaborating the usual thing. Meanwhile, I go outside my country, the next people will pay me. They'll bring the check and, people will send my number and just pay me. So there were 4 requirements before we get paid.
Okay.
Requirement number 1, you must be recruited through a competitive vetting process. Your name must be published on the list of 894 that was sent publicly,
Mhm.
that was, broadcasted on different websites, whether it's PCC, APRIL-16, MCC. Your name must be on that list. The second thing, because we know the Liberia style, how people can manipulate processes,
Mhm.
we introduced a contract. So every person that were called and came to work, we gave them contract for month 1,
Okay.
which is phase 1.
Mhm.
So you have to sign a contract. The third thing is that you must be included on the attendance.
Okay.
And the fourth thing is that the mobile money number you give, if your name is Khan Oliver, your mobile money number must be Khan Oliver. We have said there will be no third party payment. As we speak, more than 140 of our volunteers have received pay. I can send you some of the names that Orange rejected. Some of these people send numbers that your
And
name
I'm
is,
correlating
your name
with
is
the
Khan
name.
Oliver. The number is Kanye West.
Okay.
So we have a couple of them. So we told the GSM company we give clear instruction.
Don't pay if the names
Obviously, so
are
we
not
have that.
aligning.
And we've created chat room for all of the different groups: the New Croton, the Gainesville, the Gowla Township, the Painesville, the Central Monrovia. So as the bank gave us the feedback, even where the payment is approved, if your name is Khan Oliver and your mobile money is Kanye West, you're not going to get that. Plus, I've now gotten paid up to now. But you're not hearing us in the street because it is a process that you just cannot defraud.
So from the way you are speaking, it means the second phase will take into consideration those who were deviant.
Obviously,
In phase 1,
Obviously.
you will replace them with people who are
So,
willing to be on the
our
project.
intention is to make sure we do the computerized raffle. You still have, we did 11% from 100%.
Mhm.
So we still have 89% of people who never benefited. Our real intention is for random people to get opportunity.
So it is
So
only
we are going back to our database. The reason why we did a data entry
Mhm.
is that at any point in time, we can go back to the database. Those who are good on the attendance and did a very good job,
Mhm.
recommended to continue,
Mhm.
we don't have any reservation in allowing them to go to a second month.
Here is the technical part of it.
Yeah.
So you had a period for people to submit their intention to want to be a part of it.
Yes.
A few of them were selected, shortlisted. From the 894, the rest of them went to the database.
Yeah.
So, for example, my brother here had a job at, the Ministry of Transport. Few months ago, Minister Tyler said He doesn't have the capacity to hold them. He sent them home. Them is now jobless. When you were doing your first recruitment, he never had job. Now that he had job though. Now that he is no longer having job because the government took his job, you on something. You are technically depriving him. Why
So,
don't you
so,
open a
so this is
new
why it's
submission?
so this is why it's so important program for the government. As we speak, there's the National Youth Volunteer, uh, National Youth Cadet Program that is sponsored by UNDP and Ministry of Youth as well.
Mhm.
There's the Youth Agriculture Intervention. There are multiple youth interventions.
Okay.
All we're trying to do is taking one component of what the president committed, the
Mhm.
volunteerism.
So you're not opening it up.
So for month two, we're not going to open it.
You
However,
use your own data.
because you took 11% of 100%,
Mhm.
so that's the 89%.
Okay.
So we will most likely roll over 4 to 5 of the people who we see have done very good
Mhm.
because there was a monetary evaluation team. Brother Focus Wilson, thanks to him, Pato from Fly and the rest of the folks, did a perfect MAE job. The report is so excellent. We are looking at it. Some of these young people, we just for now to put them over. So there may be 500 of them.
Mhm.
Teacher will be between now and next week, who will be rolled over. The space for 3 to 400 that will be as well. If we are comfortable in taking up to 900, we'll go back to that place. We'll randomly take people this time around. Even when we select on the computer program, if your mobile money number does not match your name, we'll give you 3 days to send a correct mobile money number. We're not going to put anybody file whose name is John Paul and the mobile money is Mary West. That's not going to happen. Yeah.
Okay. So you're anticipating, support from the SOEs.
We do have commitment already, and there will be additional support.
How long is it? Is it? I know you know. I know you said the president is anticipating 10,000 officers across the country,
Yes.
but month one is done. What's the commitment duration like? Is it going to happen until the 6 years over? Or
This initial exercise for 2 months. Yes, the practical commitment is for 6 years.
okay.
If you look at I will send you the indicators on the youth pillar.
Mhm.
You see in different areas the president have committed providing opportunity for up to 70,000 young people.
Okay.
This is just one component. Target six different component four on the entire rest agenda. And this target is to make sure 10,000 young people benefit from the National Youth Volunteer Program.
5 days a week, six days a week.
So we'll come back to the public. There's a steering committee meeting expected this week. Our report for month one will be on the president desk between Friday to Monday.
Okay.
The conversation is on. I'm not going to talk more than I'll send out our schedule. I like to be, on course with the schedule. So I'm hoping that by next week, the project schedule for month two can be out. Between July to December, there's a big conversation happening. How, the government, it may not be SOE, it may not be me.
Mhm.
The government has their intention in the way they want to roll out, going beyond just Monserrato to maybe the next 3, 4, 6 counties. But we're helping to put the technical papers together for them.
Can you assure the rest of the counties that by the time the president will be going for a re-election or his tenure will be over, all of the counties in this country will have benefited from this identical initiative?
You know, I'm not in the position to provide that assurance, but do I believe the president will do it? I think so. From what I see and the rating of input on the president rate of deliverables, uh, I can confidently say the voluntary program will hit 10,000 before 2029.
Okay, it will hit 10,000 before 2029. And Maxwell Gresby is the head of a secretariat at the Youth Empowerment Project, a project sponsored by state-owned enterprises in the Republic. He said Amos Toy at the LPRC is the progenitor of this initiative. He said, look, these people, we do not have jobs to give them. The different city corporations have been doing their work, but the city still a little bit filthy in some instances. We will need them to clean up. Then we get them $105. We get the supervisor 150, and we'll roll it out to other counties bit by bit. Is that something else you want to talk about? I did not ask you. Then we go to the public, let them be able to confirm as to whether your process was transparent, whether the process was effective, whether they were able to witness some of the achievement that your team was able to attain. Any other thing we didn't talk about?
Some of the challenges we've seen in Mon, which we're working on,
Mhm.
is the fact that there are opportunities that we can utilize in line with the sale company to do our cash payment, so that we speed up the payment process to all of the editing by ourselves. with the technical support of these companies.
Mhm.
We did not utilize that in. We anticipated that the banks had a platform and that could be easier. So there was a bit of a delay in making sure our payment get to our in real time as we had anticipated.
Mhm.
We intend to improve that. On two, we see that the collection and disposal of garbage along the major streets where our young people work, there was a little bit of slow pace in the collection
Mhm.
because we have relied on using the logistics of the city. And the way we intend to solve that in month two, we are already holding conversation with PCC, and we are also trying to talk to most of the community-based enterprises to see how we can provide support for the use of the logistics.
Mhm.
This project, doesn't have much of the money to go and procure logistics now. We believe
But that should not be a
the
problem.
short to medium term. Let me make the point.
Because
Let me make
the
the point.
places you
The
operate
short
are
to medium
places
term,
where these people have national
the
budgetary
short to
allocation.
medium term, the short to medium term, we're looking to procurement of logistics. This is an initial. The short term means it's a test. It's a test case.
This is going to be a waste of
So,
public funds. Mr.
so
Brisbane, the places you operate, these places have municipal governments operating. I mean, there should not be a problem with, the state of corporation collecting garbage that your team gathered at New Georgia, Johnson, for
so
example.
the city's been that clear. Don't forget now.
Uh-huh.
You have, for instance, Morovia, a city that was concentrated to host 200,000 people.
Mhm.
Today, if you look at the result of, as a result, as a consequence of urban migration,
Mhm.
you have a population of over 1 million.
When Mayor Silka was submitting his budget, when he was submitting his budget, and
Honestly,
defending it, he defended the budget with the current population.
don't forget, in the last 15 years, 10 to 15 years,
Uh-huh.
whatever portion of the budget that the government had contributed, you were getting almost equivalent of that on the World Bank Plus project.
Okay.
Before close, you had several other projects where the
Mhm.
World Bank were even paying for. So I've got some knowledge of what they're doing because I was consulting with the LRTP Plus project.
Mhm.
So I understand fully well the challenges, enormous challenges these cities have. And that's why I believe in the concept of the World Bank intervention, the government will have to even double the intervention that they are getting.
Okay.
For instance, the landfill in
Mhm.
that is a place that was condemned since 2015.
So your medium-term
You know,
approach is to get equipment that
So
will
the
help
short
that
to
will help
medium
you.
term,
Uh-huh.
all to help the cities. The short to medium
So
for instance,
why don't you push for the cities to have the capacity?
obviously
Because you are a temporary situation. I mean,
but don't
sooner or
forget now,
later.
so the all the government youth empowerment program is not intended to be temporary. It's intended to be a long-term sustained approach where young people sanitation is just lower hanging fruit. Youth in agriculture, some of the things we're thinking about,
Uh-huh.
share with the government, for instance,
Mhm.
we're putting a lot of money in trying to do chairs, for instance, do armchairs. Almost always look at the budget mission education, you see millions of dollars going to armchairs. How do we think of maintenance, for instance? Is it possible to put one or two carpenter, chief carpenter at every school and
Mhm.
have them maintain our chairs
Mhm.
so that the cost of procuring armchair on an annual basis can be reduced
Mhm.
and we provide employment for people? So we are thinking in different manner.
That's what's
You
subverting.
know,
I mean, you want to be subverting GSA statutory responsibility
how?
then,
How?
because their job is to maintain government infrastructure.
So if we don't forget,
Uh-huh.
we have a duty to ensure that the young people who benefit of our skills and training program,
Uh-huh.
who we have to find a way for them to either become entrepreneurs, providing support for their family, or absorb them in areas where they need the most. So if we put $1 million in buying cherry,
Mhm.
and we can succeed, this year by having carpenters assigned to this school, where they get $150, $175, it was able to spend $1 million, they can now spend 200,000. These are some of the waste and abuse in government will need to cut. You don't think it's going to help? So there are different ways we are thinking about helping and ensuring that the young people contribute to the governance process. And these are things we'll talk about in the coming months. I don't want
Okay.
to expand the conversation like that. So
Okay, we leave you right there. Anthony Maswell Gilby, he's the head of the Secretariat. The Youth Empowerment Program sponsored by state-owned enterprises in the country. We take this quick break. When we come back, we take calls on 87.9.
Interior, on the second to interior, love you, I said this, I know our friends, the people bringing safety to your door. Stop interior, second to interior, love you, I said this,
Stop Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from the most
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, Owen Simpson is the chief executive officer of this entity. We will go to the lines and talk to Liberians. You heard Anthony Masai Grizzly talk more about the youth empowerment program. What is your own take? What do you make of it? You heard him. I'm not going to rephrase the things he said. Call us on 0886 500 0776 104 to be a part of the conversation. My name is Klein. Let's go to the lines and talk to people who are interested. The first person, go ahead, sir. How you doing? Prince, go ahead. Let's hear you. You heard him. Listen, you heard him, man. He said it did the rapper draw live on TV. Which part of Ecuador you are from? Are you a Unity partisan? No. All right. He said it was done competitively, but again, that's your observation. Okay, we leave it right there. Okay, we leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing? He said there were announcements on the Daily radio station. I mean, they did not bring it here because you know they would not bring it here. Oh yeah. Quickly. Okay, all right. Thank you. Let leave you, my dear brother, and talk to another caller. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing? You're great. Let's hear you. Mhm.
I want to ask your studio girl, what the first studio girl, bro, which is important, bro, the acting program.
The acting program?
Yeah, the first one, bro.
I'm not too sure he will respond to it. The first one I'm sure you even spoke with you. He is just a member of the secretary of the Youth Empowerment Program.
Okay, so like my brother just said, I wouldn't have been able to have enough to IBA. But we want to go and now
He is saying okay FM. He is saying okay FM, Truth FM, and ERPC.
Okay, we tell you now, okay, the whole program. Let me tell you.
Right.
Eh?
Say that there are Liberians who are working on the program.
Now, brother, tomorrow you have to be I tell you, bro, me say but tomorrow you have to be. And then you guys will come and say, "No, me, tomorrow you have to give program for some you from LPRC. That's just
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to this person on this other line. Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, good evening. Okay, let me say good evening.
Go ahead, sir.
Join you from our resident. Now, we very much to the discourse, but I know my is not
He's referring us to a particular podcast where Spoon TV brought it live as to how they were sorting out those who will benefit. Don't you want to trust that video too?
Let me tell you. What the arm says to the rule. When the rule speak, and the arm was wrong. They don't just man. Sport TV, they are collaborators.
But there were people watching. There were other people watching the show.
Yeah, that's look. Let me tell you something. The general good of the people will not be directed to a specific platform. If you came with a government that came to rescue people like you people, the platform is supposed to be available. But now the people have not to do anything to any of you who they have seen and created to this government. So everything that they do around here is just
okay, we leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. How you doing?
Hello?
Hello, sir. How are you, Chief?
Yeah. This is Democrat.
Go ahead, Mr. Connor. Let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, this is Democrat, and I
Go ahead.
yeah, this is one of the program.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to appreciate the secretary who is a great leader in studio.
Okay.
Like you said, the persons from the one up to now, majority of groups are on the program and receive their money. And you I receive almost everybody on me that was on me has received their money. Except for
What's the area? What's the area of assignment? Where do you have to cover?
yeah, I'm calling Street. That is Broad Street, Small Street, Johnson Street, Maple Street, and Robert Street.
Okay, all right.
So the they release for all the young people because the government put this project to release you to pay at the end of the month you are putting your pocket.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'm sure you're going to be selected. Let's go to the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening. Okay.
Good evening, my brother.
Let me say good evening to your best stuff. We want to say thanks to the government for initiating this program, but some of our residents have a lot of things that most often they want to pass those lives and wish a better connection to the house. And some of them there was insufficient water.
So some of the volunteers were complaining that there were no sufficient water.
Yes. Sometimes they want to know
some of the volunteers will complain that no sufficient water. They take money from their own pocket to buy water. So people carrying the street, you don't give them water.
Yes, and they were told that water was
you are sounding like you have a relative with these people, or you are a volunteer as well.
No, I have a relative who works with them, and these are I think that is like.
Is that relative of yours in Unity Partisan?
No,
not at all. Okay, all right, my brother. Thank you very much. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, fine.
How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so fine. This project was, to give a political position to
so all the people who are the project, even if they are not Unity Partisan, yeah, but I mean, you can be a project leader. It doesn't mean you are tying it to your political career if you do have one. Oh, you left the line. Okay. I mean that will do it. Please hand me my stuff. Yes. I mean we're done.
So let me say thank you to the caller. What I realize is that truth is very stubborn, and the reason why I thought to accept this invitation wanted to get a very critical view. You know, there are many young people I
The other
know,
places you went to, did you not get critical view?
not necessarily, but obviously you see the if you were to do operation of the colors, you can tell the feet of them. But even at that, it's difficult to defeat the truth. The truth is, program continues to help young people regardless of the political background.
Mhm.
There are some young people I know who are politically active. If we wanted to be political about this program, maybe after the random selection, we're going to disqualify them. One of them, even in the election, engaged me in a better exchange. Cash out who was a supervisor on the Alfred Highway. He's a supervisor. I know in his mind, it was, I think when he applied, he just did it, so let me try it. And once the raffle process took you, we had no option. Especially, I'm talking about somebody who engaged me in person. I'm not talking about somebody distant.
Okay.
Oliver Nana Dankwa. Everybody know Oliver Nana Dankwa where you stand for the party. So there are a lot of them. Once you are selected,
So you're using
see
one
the-
person to say a lot of them.
them.
Okay.
I'm just saying, people I know personally that I saw. If we were making decisions based on political activity, some of these very visible political people would not have been selected. But we had no control. What we have, you apply, your name on the list, when you are selected in a random process, there's no way we could take it. And we are happy about it. The country can be CDC, Unity Party, Green, Blue. It has to be Liberia.
Okay.
People should be recruited and supported once they are prepared to for the development process. I'm very excited for this. Some of the folks, even in the Unity Party, they condemn me for the role we play and they thought that we're not doing the right thing.
Mhm.
It is their right. Members of the Unity Party who made a government, so there's something to do. And they thought this person would been that thing. The government can offer money through multiple ways to help the Unity Party. But this is a program for all Liberians, regardless of the political party. And it will continue to be that way. Because that is the only way our young people can fully appreciate what the government is doing. So I want to say thank you.
Mhm.
Some of the concerns is we take note of them. You know, everything you do, it can be 100% perfect. And some of the errors we had in Month 1, we're learning from them. We intend to make Month 2 better. And hopefully, we can make a decision to move from the short to medium term between July and December. I think there will be a more organized program for them. But we are very happy. Thanks for the invitation.
Although you
We
did not
will.
say initial announcement.
I said it. The announcement went to full radio station, OKFM,
Okay.
Prime FM, True FM. All the True FM is owned by a big politician who was an opposition
Okay.
and LBS. So we did not considering that. But
No, you are not considering.
so we didn't send to all.
Okay.
And when you extended the invitation to me
Uh-huh.
and you made your position to me, I said, yes, we will try to open the scope of the funding for publicity so that we can have more stations, including some stations that are very critical work of the government, because you do better when people critique your work. You can look at it from a very critical landscape, and that's why I appreciate